All right, it's time to start processing our deer meat. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it all up. Basically, I'm gonna grind the majority of it. I'm gonna get some meat out, and we're gonna start trimming it up and then getting it ready for grinding. So while I'm able to talk, first off, if you were wondering, I put the scraps that I cut off in that bucket for the pig, and butchery, processing, right? A lot of people don't do it. A lot of people are I don't want to say scared to do it, but they say, I don't know how, or I don't know how to do the cuts and things like that. Like, there's certain things and certain animals that I probably wouldn't butcher or process, and that would be a cow. Because, no, I don't know the cuts, and I want certain things off of that cow. You know, mainly ground, and then, you know, you want a good chuck roast, or you want some good roast, and you want the steaks, and then how the steaks are cut. I can understand that. The cow is a big animal, too. You got to have a facility for something like that. But a deer, right? So, a lot of hunters don't process. Time is one of them. Space is another one. But I've actually talked to a lot of people where they're like, I just don't know how to cut it up. Okay, well, what are you looking to eat? It doesn't have to be fancy, right? So we did a pig butchering class when Justin Jeremiah first moved out here with Hand Hewn Farms out at their farm, Justin Jeremiah's farm, and they taught us how to dispatch a pig and cut it up, and showing us all the different cuts and things, because you're paying for a pretty extensive class to kind of learn how to do those things. I'm not planning on doing that. I don't plan on doing charcuterie. Was it delicious? Absolutely. Will I one day? Sure. Why not? You know, but just not getting started with my pig. When I butcher our pig on here on the farm, I'm not looking to do like all the special cuts and things like that. What I'm looking for are the things that we eat that I'm gonna put in my freezer for us to eat. That's my main priority. Especially so we'll go back to deer. So that's what I'm doing. So my main priority with this deer, you know, I was gonna do hash and stuff because it's something special and it's delicious. It's a quick meal because you just warm it up and you make some rice and you just put it over the rice, right? But right now, what we eat the most of is sausage in the morning. They like to have sausage. The kids and Chassie like to have, you know, the deer sausage in the morning. Zoe and Wade like the deer sausage gravy that I make. Chassie just likes to have the regular sausage. I'm definitely going to make sure we have sausage. Now, I do plan on getting more deer. It's the fact of it doesn't have to be perfect or pretty. As long as it's what you're going to be eating. Like, I'm not going to be doing like deer bacon or deer bologna. Like, that's like specialty stuff. I've had that done before, but by somebody who knows what they're doing. Me, I have a general idea of what I'm doing here. And so what I do is what I know. I know how to do cube steak. I can do cube steak if I want to, but we're not eating that much cube steak. What I care most about is putting in the freezer, filling the freezer up with the stuff that we're going to eat. Not something that's just going to keep the freezer full in case, you know, we want to eat it. No, I want something that we're going to eat. Like, we're going to eat the sausage. I'm going to do some ground because I like to have tacos, and the kids like tacos and spaghetti and things like that. So I'm going to do a little bit more than I usually do. But the majority of this is going to be deer sausage. So all that to say really is just find, like, I've had friends come over and they've shot a deer and they're like, hey, can you show me how to process this? And I'm like, yeah, okay, so what are you looking for? And I mean, again, they're only looking for like the super simple stuff, ground, sausage, things like that. And so therefore I show them, we come in here, I'm like, okay, you start cutting this up. This is what you want to do. This is how you want to do it. And then now they have a skill and they learn. I love teaching people. I like teaching people stuff If I know it, I want someone else to know it as well. Like, I'm not one of those people like I want to be the guy that you bring all your gear to. I ain't got time for that. I got my own stuff. Like, if you can do it, you can borrow my shop. You can come in here. Like, I tell my friends after they do it, listen, if you get one, skinning racks out back, let me know that you're coming. Pretty much it. Like, you want to use the stuff, make sure it's cleaned up afterwards. Like, there's rules, but I don't want to be like the guy. Like, they're like, all right, take it to Jesse, he'll process it up, and then I'm spending time processing other people's meat instead of working on my own stuff. I want to work on my own stuff. So I want to teach other people how to process their stuff. It's just really not, it doesn't have, I'm not going to say it's not hard, because honestly when I was first learning, it's a little difficult. Like, I'm still learning the different, like, pieces of the rear leg. Like, this is the top half of the leg, right? And I'm pretty sure it's called the top round, but I'm not 100% sure. I was watching the Bearded Butchers the other day, and he was like, all right, cut, and this is the sirloin. And I'm like, really? I didn't even know a deer had one of them. But it's just a cut of meat. Right now, I'm doing what I have the means to do and processing what I know we're going to eat. So, this goes for anything, not just meat. You know, I mean, my dad he told me when he first started processing meat, he was in the kitchen and had newspaper laid out everywhere. He had, like, his old school tabletop. It's still in here. I'll show you. Old school tabletop grinder. We don't use it anymore because it's rusted up and stuff. But right there, that thing right there is a tabletop grinder. He was using that when he first started. That's what he was using. In the kitchen, Mama was mad, blood everywhere. You know, so you start doing it. You don't have to have a little shed or shop. It's nice. I'm glad my dad did it and built it because I get to use it. But I want to build another one. I want to build a better one. So just get started. Turn your head and cough. We do the coarse ground first. That way it just cuts it up. And then I weigh it. And I've got beef fat from a local butcher because deer meat is really lean. There's no real fat in it. I weighed the other tote, and the tote weighs about 1.75 pounds. And we have just at 16.25 pounds of meat of ground right there. So roughly 15 pounds. Mix it up, and then we'll do the fine ground. Now, of course, I'm doing sausage and just plain ground. So I'm gonna do the plain ground first, and then I'll mix up the sausage seasoning and the rest, and then run it through. Time to mix our sausage. I like to use this seasoning. It's been delicious for the longest time. One pack will do 25 pounds. So I took about 4 pounds of the ground for myself, and so I'm going to just kind of sprinkle it on and let my heart tell me when to stop. For any of y'all who do process stuff, you can see right here I have a mixer, but it's just one more thing to clean, and I can just do this. It smells about right. It smells about right. Yeah, it does. It smells good. God, I can't wait to have this. I'm gonna make this in the morning. I'm gonna keep one pack out. I'm gonna make it in the morning. And I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna even cook it outside on the black stove, because cooking outside is way better than anything. Would you look at it? Now it's time to package it up, and of course we're going to use the best tool in the shop, the Avid Armor USV20, of course. What else would it be? Code. I'm actually going to first package up the fat. That way it'll stay fresh for the next year. I mean, next deer. I think it sounded like I said year, didn't it? Next deer. Look at how good that packaging is right there. I mean, for real, that is tight. Tight. Cooking breakfast outside. Got the deer sausage going. Zoe wanted deer sausage gravy, so that's what is going on in the pan with the milk and the flour. And we've got the regular sausage happening.
That was the fire not to get. Very good.
Are you doing it? Yeah, good job. Thanks, bud.
No.
Oh, no.
I'll play for you so you won't get mad at me.
I won't get mad. Come on, here you go. What you want to do? Flip it? Okay.
I can reach.
Okay.
How? How do I flip it?
There you go.